During the Russian Empire, Kazakhstan was a part of Central Asia and had complex relations with neighboring regions and khanates, their alliances and conflicts. The Kazakh Khanate, which controlled much of modern-day Kazakhstan, was annexed by the Russian Empire in the late 19th century. The Kazakh Khanate had relations with the other Central Asian Khanates, Bashkiria and the Kalmyk Khanate, all under the control of the Russian Empire. After annexation, the Russian Empire tried to assimilate the Kazakh and limit their autonomy. Ahtaban Shogunlu refers to a period in Kazakh history where the Kazakh people fought against the Jungarian conquerors between the late 17th century and early 18th century. The Kazakh Khanate was facing invasions by the Jungars, a powerful Mongol tribe. The Kazakhs, led by the Hans, organized a resistance and formed alliances with neighboring tribes in Russia. The Jungars were finally defeated by the Chinese Qianlong Emperor, and the Kazakh Khanate was able to restore its autonomy and territory. This period marked the formation of Kazakh national identity and the emergence of a centralized state.
The Russian Empire colonized Kazakhstan through several stages in the 18th and 19th centuries, including military conquest, administration, economic exploitation, and resistance from Kazakhs. They annexed the Kazakh Khanate in 1847 and implemented policies to assimilate the Kazakh population and exploit natural resources, but Kazakhs resisted. The colonization had a lasting impact on Kazakh culture and way of life, and it took several decades for the Kazakhs to regain autonomy, culture, and identity. The military Cossack colonization of Kazakhstan by the Russian Empire led to the displacement of Kazakh population and expansion of the Russian Empire's presence in the region. Cossacks, a military group, were given incentives to settle and were responsible for protecting settlements and maintaining order, often used as a means to control over the local population, and were involved in conflicts with the Kazakhs.
The Russian Empire implemented administrative reforms in the mid-19th century in Kazakh steppe to consolidate control, including abolition of Kazakh Khanate, new divisions, official, legal system, suppression of traditional culture. This led to reduction of autonomy, displacement of Kazakh population and settlement of Russian and European colonists, aimed to assimilate Kazakh into Russian culture. Kazakh resisted but government used force to kill them, led to tension and mistrust between Kazakh and the Russian Empire, and effects still felt today. Arnshengar was a leader of the Bokeh Orda, a federation of Kazakh tribes in the 19th century, implemented policies to consolidate power, strengthen military and economic power, promote Kazakh culture and maintain good relations with the Russian Empire to protect autonomy. He resisted Russian Empire's colonization and assimilation policies and led rebellions to preserve autonomy and protect culture and way of life, but was defeated and exiled by the Russian Empire. His rule and policies didn't have a significant impact on the history of Kazakh.
During the Soviet era, a policy of collectivization aimed to increase agricultural production by consolidating small farms into large collective farms. Millions of people, mainly ethnic Kazakhs, were forcibly resettled from Europe to Central Asia, including Kazakhstan. The policy led to disruption of traditional ways of life, decreasing food production and the living standard. The land problem in Kazakhstan is still an ongoing issue with uneven distribution and the disputes over land rights, impact of industrial development on traditional farmland. Kazakhstan's traditional culture in 18th and the early 20th century was centered around nomadic lifestyle, horseback riding, hunting, yurt living, and the rich musical and the oral traditions. Religion played a significant role, with most adhering to Islam and practicing shamanism. During Soviet era, traditional culture was suppressed, but after collapse of Soviet Union in 1991, Kazakhs began to rediscover and revive it. Culture is diverse and influenced by different ethnic groups and religions.